Hello and welcome back to the Twitch TV Lounge, where we are live at DreamHack Winter, the 20th anniversary. And we've got tournaments going on. Maybe you've been watching some of them. And one of those people who are now no longer in a tournament, the first person to be able to express disappointment in one of these interviews is my good friend Pimp from Copenhagen Wolves. So it's nice of you to agree to do an interview, especially so soon after what was a pretty poor day for you guys. So what went wrong?
Like everything that possibly could go wrong, went wrong when we were playing the games. In a CSGO match, it's a lot about momentum, and we didn't feel that we had any momentum at any point today. Like, it was just, whenever we won a round, we just lost the next one and we're feeling down again. And it was like, we never really got into the matches, and it just felt not good the whole day. And we lost to some teams, at least one team, that we probably should have beaten, maybe convincingly on a normal day. But today they were playing great, and we played bad. So that's just what happens when you don't get into the game and perform on the day you have to perform on. So,
I mean, was there any stuff going on before you came into the tournament? Because I know there's been some Copenhagen Wolves drama lately, and I mean, we'll come to that in a second, but was there anything just internally in the team that was maybe happening that might have caused you guys to come here and underperform?
I would say that the lack of practice has been a problem. We came here in last second. As some of you probably know, Kaylee and SF from Epsilon and Titan got banned, which opened up 2 spots, and we were playing for one of them and won one of the qualifiers. Before that, we had no intentions about going here, and we were kind of like not going here, and felt pretty sad about that. So we didn't practice at all after ESWC actually. So when we found out that we had this opportunity, we first started practicing again, but we can maybe say now that it was too late, and the teams we had in our group have been knowing that they would be going to this event for like 2 months and have been playing straight out 2 months, and we've been playing I think 3 or 4 days, and when compared to when the other guys have like 16 days to play, and we only have 4, it's hard to come here as prepared as the others. So internally on the team there's nothing wrong. I mean, we are happy for the opportunity that we came here in last second, but we wasn't just prepared. That's just how it is.
Well, there was some other drama. Maybe some people caught this story as well. You know, you guys had an incident with the manager, no longer a manager, obviously, taking the sticker money from the previous, tournament that you guys had earned sticker money at, and keeping it all for himself. Well, not all of it.
Not all of it.
Initially, he tried to keep all of it.
Yeah.
And then he gave some of it. And then he's ran away with about, what was it, 20,000?
Yeah, $22,000.
$22,000. Yeah. So, did that affect you guys coming into this? Because I'd be pretty pissed off, I think.
Yeah, like it did. The first time he tried to take all of the money, as you said, it was actually the day we traveled to Paris for ESWC. So that kind of affected us before that group play. Like, me and Glaive just thought that we had lost, I think it's in Danish crowns, it's 50,000, and it's like for a normal adult, it's like 2 months of wages. Yeah. And for a young player like me and Glaive, it's a lot of money. Like it's $8,000 to $9,000. It's a lot of money for all of us. So we were kind of pissed about it. And then we made contact with him, and he promised us to pay the money back. And he eventually only paid a little more than the half back, and kept the rest for himself. So after we actually got pissed and then got pleased again, because we thought we would actually get our money, we got pissed again. And now it's just like we have just given up on him. It's like there's not really much more we can do. We have told our story to the journalists that would like to hear it, you and HLTV and all those guys, and we just can't make contact with him. It seems like he has cut all connection with his life. Like, he's just take the money, and no one can ever talk to him or see him again. Like, it's like, for me, I don't know how much money means for people, but for such a, I wouldn't say it's a small amount, but cutting all your life connections with everyone you know is just sick. I mean,
well, I said this as well. I mean, that guy, he's not really thought about the big picture, because these days when you go for a job, people Google you and exactly. check your Facebook and
exactly.
They look up on you, and there's going to be this article there saying he's a thief.
Yeah. Exactly, it will hurt him. And like Glaive wrote a statement where he was pointing out his name lots of time, and
yeah, he did do that. Yeah, he
of
did
course.
mention him.
That was not a failure. It was like we know that, and we know it's a fact, and we know that. I don't know if he knows it or he's just like caught in the moment, but he should really think about what he's doing, because this will probably hunt him down for most part of the rest of his life, and I hope so.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So how's it made? I mean, you feel like obviously, you know, Copenhagen Wolves are a good team, a good organisation, been around a long time, but we know the Danish scene. Yeah, there's not a lot of money going around for Counter-Strike players at the moment. Not like maybe there was once upon a time.
Yeah.
So I mean, are you thinking actually that's like a major blow? You know, like that could be like.
Yeah, it definitely is a major blow. Like for me personally, I've counted those money in, and I was like ready to buy an apartment or rent an apartment, and like I decided in the end that I wouldn't do it, because it was not like I lost the money. Like it's $4,000 each. He owns each player from our team, which is a lot of money, and in the end I just decided not to rent it, because it's unstable, and I can't really count on the money, because I don't really know when I can trust people. So it actually made me not signing an apartment. So it was a major blow, and I think I speak for everyone on the old team, Cajun and Negro and Kerrigan. It's a huge blow, and we wish that no one else will ever experience this. But it's a new thing, this whole sticker money, and like someone had to be caught in the action before changes actually can happen. That's just how it is, and unfortunately it was us.
Well, you're going to get some sticker money for coming to this one, so that's something.
Yeah.
Who's getting that money?
I will take care of them this time
to
make sure that nothing goes wrong.
You're going to get your apartment?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if it's enough sticker money. We don't know the amount at all, so it could be everything between $5,000 and maybe even $50,000. We don't know.
Well, let's hope it's worked out for you.
Yeah.
Let's talk just about the big news in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah.
Right? Now, there's I mean, a lot of accusations flying around for a lot of players.
Yeah.
And I've made this point, I've been on a few shows lately and talked about it, and I've made this point. You know, we had this in 2009 with Vent.exe going around. You know, it was a LAN cheat. It was designed for LAN. In 2012, in the biggest Copenhagen games, you know, in CSS, the most competitive CSS LAN of all time, people accused Team Alternate of using a LAN hack because, you know, they'd finished like, what was it, 9th to 13th, or was it 7th to 8th or something at the I series before?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they came and got to the final of this hugely competitive event. And I remember a lot of Danish people saying they're cheating at LAN. Nobody did anything about it. Nobody seems to care. And here we are now, and we're getting pro players getting VAC'd.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's quite complex. This time there actually have been some evidence. Like the VAC is evidence that the player has cheated, one way or another. We don't know how or how many times or where he cheated, but he has cheated at some point. We can only make assumptions about how often and where he has cheated. So it is different this time. I mean, and just for DreamHack, they have made a lot of changes for this event. You no longer have internet connection when you're at your PC. You cannot go on Twitter, Facebook, or you cannot join a ordinary DipNet server. Or the cloud. Yeah. It's all closed down. You're not allowed to use your USB sticks with configs and things like that anymore. They have just like taken out a lot of things and made them impossible. So like the only way you can cheat now, as I see it, at least, is if you have something coded in your mouse. And like I wouldn't rule that out that actually is the case for some. I don't know, because I would have ruled it out that some of those pros were cheating. Because the funny thing about this is, for us at least, about this cloud cheat, that all the Danes I've spoken to didn't even know that existed. Like there was an option. But when you speak around with the Swedish people, the French people, the German people, it was like they all knew that there was something like. So for us Danes at least, it comes as a huge shock, and which also makes me believe that there's no one from the Danish top scene that is cheating, because no one really knew about this. But when you hear around the French scene and the Swedish scene and the German scene, they all knew that there was something with this cloud and it could be done, and like they knew a little about it. So that for me is pretty odd, I would say. But it also makes me sure that no one from the Danish top scene is actually cheating. Why
do you think when that was going around and those scenes were all talking about it? Because you know, I didn't hear about it, but, you know, obviously I've been busy with other games, League of Legends, StarCraft. So my fingers probably not quite on the pulse like it used to be for Source. But why do you think no one told anyone? Like, why, you know, Valve are coming to these events. Why did no one say to Valve, do you know about this? Like, why would no one mention it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, maybe because they weren't sure that it was true. Maybe it was just like rumors flying around. But those rumors never really got to us either. So I can't say. They may be too scared that it just was rumors and there was nothing into it, and like might make fun of it or something like that. I would have wished someone would have like taken up this problem before all this happened, or at least maybe that could lead to some investigation going on undercover before the actually VAC bans got out of hand, if you can say so. But I don't know. Like I would have wished this never happened, but the fact is that some have cheated, and of course they have to be punished. So I'm glad they actually get punished now, and not just like get to cheat without feeling any punishment or consequences. So that's the positive side of it, and I hope it's done for now. Like I hope nothing more will happen, and people have taught their lesson that cheating will be caught someday. Like you can cheat now and maybe a year in the future, but in 1.5 years maybe got caught, and then there should be some hard hitting consequences at the time.
Well, what did you think about DreamHack's decision to remove the teams? I mean, you're here because a team got removed. So, on the one hand, that's good, but a lot of people seem to disagree. Yeah. They say that the action of one player shouldn't reflect on the whole team. What do you think?
Well, I can agree if you look at it like that. You can't possibly know if the player you're playing with is cheating or not. He can hide it in so many ways, and even though you trust him, you can't really know for sure. So, punishing the team is maybe not the right way to do it, but on the other hand, let's say that Kaylee, who is one of the background players, he had cheated in ESL Cologne with LDLC. The only reason that Titan actually got that spot was because he cheated with LDLC. Yeah. So I can understand that, like if you can look at that two different sides, and I can understand both sides, but in this case, I think it's actually fair enough to remove Titan and Epstein from the tournament. What's not fair is that they didn't get the chance to qualify as we did again. Yeah. You could have invited them for the close qualifier and then let them prove that they could have taken their chance as we did. But removing them from the main tournament in the first place, I think was okay.
Okay. Do you think now that this has all gone public, we're going to see an end to this kind of cheating thing, or do you think it's actually going to get worse? Because I got to say, I think there's now a lot of players which have maybe got away with it actually. Yeah. Because you know we've had 2 people get banned, and we've had nobody else. And people are saying, oh, they are coming, the bans are coming, but it's going to be after DreamHack. They didn't want to ruin the event and blah blah blah. Yeah. Yeah. But we don't know. And then we've got all these interviews with all these cheat coders who were saying, yeah, everyone's cheating, but you know you can make undetectable cheats. So it feels almost like actually players maybe, you know, the players who were cheating are maybe going to get a little bit cleverer, like go a little bit more underground, you know, work a little bit harder at hiding it, especially if they don't get banned in this, what was meant to be a big wave. Exactly. So, I mean, do you think it could get worse, or do you think it's going to get better?
It could get worse. It depends on how people react to it. I mean, what you're describing could very well be the case. I'm also fearing that some of the players that are not cheating right now actually get so pissed that they like, now it's my turn to cheat. I know he's cheating, and now I'm going to do this. Like, I really don't hope so, and I don't hope that's the case. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how people react to things like this. It could be the case. As for the interviews with the coders, I don't really give that much into it, because this could be like, you don't know the purpose of doing such an interview. I saw someone on Reddit make a thread denying some of the claims that a professional coder actually came out with, so it didn't seem very trusted.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I've been talking to a lot of cheat coders as well, because I'm trying to. I want to find out who is actually doing it, and I don't just want to go public with a list. I want to get somebody caught. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So, you know, but a lot of people said that actually that interview that you're talking about with the 99 damage, I think it was, a lot of it was bullshit. Yeah. It's a bit over dramatic.
Exactly, and it's like it could be true that there are lots of players using it, and like making an article as 99 damage did is like, it could also be for that coder. He could be friends with one of the other coders. Yeah. Like it's a self-promotion, like in a way, because they maybe will caught or catch 1, 2 or 3 guys that is not cheating right now, who thinks this is bullshit. I don't want to play so many hours and just to meet a cheater and get knocked out. So I want to do the same. Like, I really fear that some of the players on the pro scene is kind of weak right now and feel vulnerable and maybe want to take the chance and start cheating. I really don't hope so, but it could happen.
What do you think about pro players calling out other pro players for cheating? I got to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen that in this way before.
No.
But you know, I've seen players say you're bullshit online, but not people in the LAN circuit.
No.
People who go to the same events and see each other all the time. And you know, we had Pitter on Twitter. He came out and was saying, you know, that Fnatic members were cheating. A lot of people have pointed the finger at, you know, Flusher.
Myself
and,
included.
You know,
like,
well, that's why I was going to ask.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, you know, you seem to think that Fnatic have got a case to answer.
Yeah, they got a case to answer for sure. Whatever they're cheating or not, I'm not really sure, but like they seem very, how to say, it just doesn't seem right when Flusher plays, at least. I think the reason why so many pros have come out on Twitter, it's growing bigger on the pros in CS, so that might also be one of the reasons. But when you're, as a pro player, like, don't really follow the plays Flusher do. When you play, like, I've played this game for 3,500 hours, and I don't think I've ever done anything like that he has done like 3 or 4 times just this year. It just doesn't seem right. Whenever that's cheats or whenever that's something else, I don't know. But defending things you can't stand for and you can't justify with yourself is hard, and then you like that leads to a reaction. And I think it's like when the first pro player comes out and like accusing one of the others, the rest will follow. Like there's someone to break the ice, and I don't know if it's hurting or gaining or anything. It might be interesting or entertaining for some of the followers on Twitter, but that's just how it is. I mean, when you play this game and you live for this game, basically, some of them do, at least some of the pros, it's hard to justify not saying anything when you actually believe a player is cheating you out of tournaments and cheating you for money.
So I've watched so many videos now, in particular of Flusher and Olaf M. You know, I've seen the strange movements.
Yeah.
Can you explain that? Can you explain those movements? Like, is there anything that it actually could be other than a cheat?
That's the problem. I can't explain it when, no matter how much I want to explain it, I can't explain it. There was a Dust 2 clip where he's standing not on A side but walking towards a catwalk, and he's standing in the middle, and suddenly he just points the aim just through a box you can't shoot through, and right in the head, and shoots one shot, and then on, like, it was just like an automatic reaction. It seems like that. And like, I've heard people saying that he was hitting his mouse into the keyboard, and like, okay, the chances of that happening are very small, but let's say that's the only thing you can find on him. Then okay, that might be the reason, and it's unlucky that it's in his head and it's like in such a movement, but fair enough, it's a one accident. But when you see 3 other clips where he's doing exactly the same, like, that cannot be true. That's just how I feel. And when I haven't done it myself, or I haven't seen anyone of my mates or anyone I've ever played with doing that once in my entire career, I don't believe that he's just doing it all the time. It just feels strange, and there's something that's not working. Like, there's something that's not playing in my mind, at least, which make me doubt if he's clean or not.
So what happens? I mean, we've seen Fnatic lose a game actually. Yeah. But what happens if Fnatic win this tournament? Let's just say they go all the way and they win the tournament.
Yeah.
That video, that footage doesn't go away.
No, exactly.
So I mean, does that? It doesn't even necessarily prove their innocence, but I think a lot of people would feel that it would. Yeah. I think the idea, the word fanatic and cheaters, you know, it wouldn't work anymore because they won a tournament clean. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Actually, I can't remember who it was too, but I made the point that for the scene in general, if you just look objective at it, I would think it will hurt the scene more if Fnatic goes through this without getting anyone banned. Or like, if Flusher gets banned, it's like, I'm not saying that he should be or that's the case, but if he were to get banned, it would just like it would just lay it down, if you know what I mean. It was like, then that's it, and then we can move on. But there will always be this doubt if he's not getting VAC banned or getting banned in any way. There will always be this second doubt, which maybe will cause some of the players to start cheating, as we were talking about before, or like causing some players to act not well to each other, and there will also be this doubt that you can't just remove, because if you think he's cheating, you think he's cheating, and if he's not getting banned, you will still think he's cheating, like, because that's the opinion you have. So if he got banned, I think it would like help the scene more. Of course, if he's innocent, no way he should be banned. That's like, you should take it as a shoulder clap, you know. But it will, in general, it will help the scene more if we could get this case closed and we could like remove those doubts that are out there right now. But it seems impossible as it is right now.
Do you think then that Valve should, get involved? Because I know Valve have this policy where they don't talk about VAC at all. They don't talk about VAC bans. They don't even reply. People who say, I've got a VAC ban, like what happened, who used the cheat, what IP. It's just so rare that they get involved. Yeah. But for me, with the growth of the professional scene, I think they do need somebody to be coming out in public and saying, we're not going to tell you what cheat it was, because obviously that would mean that the cheaters could go underground, and that's fine. Yeah. But the cheats were used on this date, at this time, because they can measure this. Yeah. And then they can say, we can say, oh, well, that was that event. We know where they cheated. Yeah. And, it's absolutely true and inarguable. I don't see why that's a problem for Valve. Do you think they should do something like that?
Yeah, I think they should do. It's a huge problem that they won't communicate with the community, because a player like Kaylee just went out and saying he never cheated on LAN, and we don't know. Like,
we don't know.
It could be true, but I doubt it. Like, why shouldn't he when you have a LAN?
Well, I didn't buy his story. I tried it for 1 week before I got banned or whatever, just to see what it's like. Every cheater says that. It's always the same. It's always every cheater gets banned the first time they use it. It's like, it doesn't work like that. You obviously used it a bunch of times.
Exactly. So I don't really buy that, bought that either. But they need to get out and like at least interact with the community in some way. What you proposed would be great, but even if they just came out and saying, like, when some of the cheaters actually start doubting the VAC ban, like, it wasn't me, it was on another computer, I was hacked, like, just go out and say, no, there's no mistake in this. Just like a confirmation from themselves that, no, there was no mistake and you have cheated, and on your own PC or on your own IP or whatever, like, you have cheated and there's no ways to discuss that. Just saying that would be great. It will also help some of the players that might actually get hacked and get VAC banned. Like, I know there are a few cases, Nille from my old teammate for over a year, that happened to him. Like, he can't play right now because he don't know if they ever will try to listen to him, and that's a huge problem. If I were him, I would be pissed. And there's a French player also, I think he's called Madden, a really skilled and talented player, and like what they're supposed to do if they actually got hacked and got VAC banned by a hacker. What to do? Like, it isn't fair that their whole CS career is going to the ground just because they might click on the wrong link or made a little mistake on the internet, as everyone do once in a while. Like, it just hurt them more than everyone else. So they need to communicate with the community in some way, especially about these VAC bans.
Well, look, I know obviously it's not been a great day for you, but it's always nice to catch up anyway. Sure. I'll let you do some shout-outs to your sponsors and everything else, if you can remember them all.
I think so.
Yeah,
hope so. So yeah, thanks to Cooler Master for being awesome, making some good cases, and also promoting some new gear. Actually, I played with one of the headsets today, pretty nice. SteelSeries, you all know them. Great mouses, great headsets, great mouse pads. We got Hitbox, the new streaming company, competing to Twitch. I guess the competition is great, but yeah, they're also awesome. That's pretty much it. I think we got some gaming chairs also, but that's not really Counter-Strike or anything related to that, so I'll leave it by that.
All right, well, look, great catch up with you, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Then, like I say, I'll see you at the bar. It'll be
probably.
And there you go. So that was Pimp. All of his thoughts on the VACcening, Copenhagen Wolves, and lots of other things besides. But don't go anywhere. We're going to have more interviews from here in the Twitch Lounge at DreamHack Winter. We'll be right back in a few minutes.